This was a class that I taught this summer at the National Festival that was in, where was the in Denver. Was it in Denver? Yes, sir. Yeah, okay. In Denver, Colorado. There's so many events. And I taught a class on Jaseh, the foundation of successful dating. And I thought that that would be the topic for today. One, because it's the foundation for the Dawn members to understand Mudo value sparring that we'll get to at the end of the afternoon. But for now, in order for you to be really successful with point sparring, what I've noticed in my own competition is that the better my Jaseh, my stance, the more effective I'm going to be as a sparrer. Because stance allows you to move. And a lot of times what happens is that you just aren't in a good position to move forward quickly to score the point or to retreat or get off the line to defend. And does your offense lend yourself to then quickly move to defense? And can your defense quickly position yourself so you can quickly move to offense? And that's really what the point sparring is about, is trying to make those changes so that you can score a point. In the document that you have in your inbox, it talks about what the characters for Jaseh means. And there's a lot of significance in that. Mr. Hamilton and I over lunch were talking about one of Lee Jong-suk's students, who's one of my lifelong mentors. Daekyu Jang Sabomnim in Santa Barbara, who isn't just an amazing martial artist, but is also a master calligrapher in the Chinese writing. And he's the one that wrote these characters. They're absolutely beautiful. And Ja means a figure, a way of doing something, or the way in which something is done or happens. A way of acting, bearing, or behavior, a socially correct way of acting. That's a manner or figure. How does that describe your character, your attitude, your thoughts, who you are as an individual? So the way that you're seated right now with discipline, with your back up straight, your hands on your knees, and your eyes facing my direction, demonstrates a lot about who you are. That's your figure. That's Ja. So when I'm sparring and I'm like this, what type of figure do I have? Right? I would say more arrogant. Or then you see in sport karate, a lot of times they'll score a point, and then they'll cheer and they'll get all excited. Okay, you know, you've seen it. What does that tell you about your figure? About who you are as a martial artist versus this type of figure. There's a difference. That's Ja. Sei means aspect or strength, a way that something can be viewed by the mind, appearance to the eye, strength to create the figure. Sei, strength, energy. Posture, poise, these are terms for sei. There's an aura about the figure that says, ooh, there's strength there. There's a lack of confidence there. I'm a little nervous. I'm ready to do battle based on your figure. And there's one thing that creates the energy of the figure in Subakdo. And that's your huri. So if you move your huri correctly, then your figure is always correct. Why does your knee bend? I always say bend your front knee. How do you get that knee to bend? You allow your waist to drive your weight forward. And if you do that, you fall, and what happens? Your knee has to bend, otherwise you fall on the floor. But if I don't commit my weight forward and I don't use my waist, I don't have to bend my knee. So you can focus on the figure, which is the knee bent, Or you can focus on the force that creates the figure. And if I am confident, I'm going to look confident. And if I'm nervous and unsure of myself, then my figure is going to reflect that. What's the key to confidence? You can take it from two approaches. If you're confident, your figure will reflect that. If you're not confident, do this. Everybody, back up straight. Right posture. Stare me right in the eyes. Right eye focus. And then, proper voice projection. Whether it's in public speaking, whether it's talking to a grown-up and you're not comfortable doing that, whether it's having a hard conversation with somebody, whatever the situation is, right posture, right line of sight, proper voice projection, and guess what? That energy of confidence creates the creating the figure of confidence gives you the energy of confidence, and before long, you're a confident person. And if you're a confident person, you will have the figure of confidence. Do you see how you can go about it from both aspects? That's Jaseh. So when we say Jaseh, Changol Jaseh, the energy created the line of the figure. Retreat. Hugul Jaseh creates the line of the figure. As we go through the different motions today, focus on your waist. Focus on what direction do I move my energy, and that'll create the proper figure. 2 quotes from the founder, Huang Qi. The proper stance is basic to all movements in Subakdo and is the foundation of each movement. Movement is dependent upon balance and balance on stance. It is difficult to perform a movement without proper balance. Whether the technique is successful or not depends upon a fine adjustment of balance. That balance will be obtained by the proper Jaseh. So if you create a proper Changul Jaseh, you'll have balance. But if you don't, that's when you're going to get into trouble. Second, surprising things will happen when you meet your opponent. The winner will often be determined by the competitor who maintains the balance and can transfer from one proper Jaseh to the next. Footwork such as stepping, shuffling, lunging, and pivoting will improve your chances of transitioning between stance. That's not the founder's quote, that's my quote. But just to end, a lot of you have seen online back when I was competing at the national level with the other TAC members. So Frank Tsai Sabanim, Rosenthal Sabanim, Cruz Sabanim, we were kind of the elite sparrers at nationals at that time. And I was completely out of my element. Tsai Sabanim, he's the most flexible, amazing athlete that I know. And he can be up in the air 5 feet above me in 1 millisecond, and then he could be sweeping my feet on the floor on the next, and then like doing a flip over my head, and he's behind me the next. And I'm not exaggerating. Like this man's amazing, and he does it in free sparring. And this isn't choreography here. That's just him free sparring. And I'm just trying to survive this. And what I noticed was I could actually hang and not get hit by him by doing all this crazy stuff. You know, I'd jump and I'd spin and do all this to just evade him. But the second that I do this, I'm dead. The second I go like that, I'm dead. Because I might have gotten past that first technique, but I've got to be ready for the next 5 that are coming after that. And if I maintain my stance, I can adjust quickly. But as soon as I lose my balance, I lose my center, game was over. Time and time again. So what I'm telling you here isn't just theory. This is the life experience that I've lived. Should we train? Irasai!